Did you have times when you were either growing up or perhaps with your own children that you spent your story time where you told them stories, either stories from your life, stories that you made up? I used to do that with my kids all the time. Or the classic fairy tales that we tell children. I have met people who've decided that fairy tales weren't the best thing to tell kids. I don't believe that that's true. This is John Patrick Hickey, and I want to talk to you about stories. I want to talk to you about the impact that those stories, even though they're fictional, are important to our children, and they're important to us because they teach us some basic principles that every person needs to know in order to succeed in life. So someone asks, what can a fairy tale teach our children? Well, they teach us a couple of things. One is that you can win over evil. Fairy tales are basic. There's good, there's evil. Good always wins, evil always loses. But it's how that happens that impacts our memory. It's not some simplistic thing. The drama of a tale is something that helps us to move forward. It takes us into an adventure. This is what makes reading just so impactful. You know, we try to get our kids to read. Unfortunately, many times what we try to get them to read are nonfiction books, textbooks, where a child's mind is developed around fiction. They need that fairy tale to help them through. There's an American writer, Neil Gaiman, who wrote that fairy tales are more than true, not because they tell us that dragons exist, but because they tell us that dragons can be beaten. And that's the truth. We face many dragons in life. That's the adventure of life. We go through, we face battles, we face trials that take us to places we never thought we'd be. Bilbo Baggins in the great Hobbit classic by Tolkien said that no good adventure is complete without a dragon. We need dragons in order to help us to see that life presents to us difficult times, but you can beat the difficult times no matter how vicious, no matter how ugly, no matter how evil they might come before us, that we can beat it. That's what story does for a child. It also is what story can do for adults. As adults, we tend to think of ourselves as above story, that we don't need the fairy tales of life. We're adults now, we think reasonably. Well, we need to know that the dragons in our life can be beaten, because the fact is, children don't face the dragons. We face the dragons. And you have to know, with every dragon, with every adventure you go on, every evil force that comes against you, every battle that you have to face, you can win. This is John Patrick Hickey, and I want to encourage you to be your best. Love God, have good manners, discover the unknown, and change your world. Hi, this is John Patrick Hickey again, inviting you to visit my website at www.johnpatrickhickey.com. There you'll have access to articles, blogs, success tools, and more. You can also get copies of my new book, Getting Personal, A Guide to Personal Development, along with my other books. Stop by the website and allow us to help you to grow and achieve your dreams.